Love and honor, good people. A quick one. You know, I see a lot of youths dealing with black consciousness. It's a little disappointing that people think that consciousness comes from one aspect. With all the things we see in the universe, they still put limits on things and classify it as their own. And you realize how insecure people are. You know, they have their books, they claim that they study, they claim that they're scholars. None of these youths, or hardly any of them, ever say, you know what? Outside of a book or outside of anything, I've had some spirit contact. These things also happen to certain ones. But it's funny that the man them that encounter and experience those vibes, they're in the background. You know, a lot of people throw around the word pseudo. You know, this life in itself is a mystic. It's like a supernatural. We're here to comprehend it to our degree or from our perspective. You know, these perceptions. But it's amazing how we can dream, how we can think. You know. Anyway, in the so-called conscious community for years, I haven't seen much progression. It's a whole bag of talking. Great orators. They speak well. They know exactly what to say. And some of them do come up with some good information and good facts. But you have to say to yourself, how thousands of years have man been debating and talking about these same issues? Who is God? Who is Christ? Who is chosen? Who is this? Who is that? And generations come and generations go. It's a mystic. It's a mystic. Anyway, I think I was watching a sound the other day, and the guy that do Hidden Colors, I think his name is Tariq Nasheed. So I think a question came up, and it came up, I think, from a Jamaican youth too. You know, if it's one thing, boy, I don't try to be accepted by no one. I don't look for no acceptance. If I rock with you, I rock with you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not putting myself out of my way to please anyone. You know, I'm secure enough to know who I am and what my purpose is. But anyway, the question of reparations came up. So, this youth that did so much research in all of the hidden colors, you know what I'm saying, vibes. I think it's maybe 4 or 5 of them now. So much research. He said that reparations for the black Americans is its own single entity. But you see, on the flip side, they will still talk about the diaspora. They will still include Africa. They will still market their stuff all over the world. But when it comes to the money and numbers, they have to deal with their things separately. You see the mystic? Now with all his research, he didn't have the sense enough to say, you know what? There was a lot of trade with slaves back and forth to the Caribbean. So who is really who? So because a man take you from America and take you to the Caribbean, or from the Caribbean to America, so really and truly we don't know who deserve what. But it is more complicated than you just saying black Americans, my brethren. It's not just a government handing out and dishing out money to some people because they were born here. It is more complicated than that. I thought that you were deeper than just a surface kind of vibes. Seem like you're pretty surface. Seem like you don't realize it's more complicated than just throwing around some money, or who you think deserve it, or who is included or not. This is why we end up in slavery, because of guys like you. And those videos and films can't fool a man like me, because you think you can say who deserve what, and that is exactly what happened in slavery. We sell each other out, and it has not changed. And you're totally not hidden colors off of a pedestal. Now, people might say I'm hating. I don't give a damn. I don't give a backside, because I see it all the time. There's a separation. So, one man will say, oh, Egypt is great, and next man will say, oh, my God is great. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like these people wanted to worship all these various things, and they claim it as their own. It is black. The last time I checked, the Creator shows us abundance. The last time I checked, all you guys start your videos without paying homage to the Creator. You guys pay homage first to your ancestors, ironically created by the Creator. You guys don't even want to touch Creator, because y'all may have to explain yourself and say pseudo. So obviously, I agree, many of you have never encountered a spirit first-hand, tangible. Y'all have never encountered it. Y'all read books, and a lot of y'all are intellectual fools, stiff-necked. It is not enough to say ancestor, and it's not enough to just start off your video without paying homage. Because of what y'all are actually dealing with, you have to pay respects to the Creator. I don't have to explain who the Creator is. The Creator is above all. God is explained in all holy books. The Creator is sometimes confused as God, but we know that the Creator is all things, is male and female, duality in a single personage. You know what I'm saying? So you can't go and get footage across the seas and come back and say, oh, this is mine. There has been a lot of mix-up and confusion, and you made the man trick you into thinking who is your brother, who is your sister, who you're related to, and so on and so forth. A lot of migration happened. A lot of integration happened. So it's more, it's deeper. It's deeper than what you think. Oh, this is our thing. We have to concentrate on our stuff. There's no our stuff, nothing. It's one for all and all for one, or it is nothing. So you have to check yourself on that one, my brother. See? Y'all are trying to be something above. The irony is, a lot of people can claim that, okay, yeah, black Americans have contributed. Naturally, because black men all around the world has contributed. But never dare you think that you're above anyone else. Because the foundation that you stand upon is still the foundation of a root. No, the root is global. You know what I'm saying? Because they say civilization started in Africa. But no one can prove that really you can find the oldest bones. But what about older bones than those that were not found? So you're telling me, if you say that, where did animals start? Where did plants start? Where did air start? See, I realize that you guys impress a lot of newcomers into consciousness. But let me tell the newcomers, or the old ones, you have always been conscious. The Creator is not so absent-minded as to not make you conscious. Another thing that people say, we have to relearn everything, erase and relearn. You don't have to erase a damn thing. Don't let them fool you. Everything you know, whether good or bad, is a stepping stone. So now, when somebody says that they're woke, didn't you know that you're awake all the time? Nobody starts on top. It is a gradual increase. The cycle of life. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be careful with certain vibes. If you didn't go through what you went through, if you weren't a Christian or Muslim or whatever you were, how can you separate what you are now? You had to go through that education, or if man want to say miseducation, but it's all education. And being woke don't really say much, because sleep is a requirement. Sleep is essential. See, nature teaches us everything we need to know. Nature teaches us everything we need to know. But I don't want nobody to say I'm hating, because they do bring some good vibes, but sometimes they get a little arrogant. You know? And I feel like they point the fingers to the white man too much as opposed to themselves a lot of times. So we have to check for that too. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of men will ask, okay, Uriah, who is the Creator? Well, I affectionately call the Creator the actual. You know? Just like, let's say, we transition. We're not going to just be a blob of energy floating around in space. The Creator already showed you that you're centralized. Your comprehension and perception is in a body. You have legs you can walk. You have arms that you can do things with. You have a head. So obviously, the platform is already set. We know what we will be forever. And if man, I will always say this, if man can create and manufacture so many things, that thing can be exhausted and used and become old. Man can actually refurbish that into something new. So obviously, the Creator, who a lot of people think is pseudo, the Creator can likewise do the same, but in perfection. So there's no man or woman who ever exists who will not have to answer for their actions. That is a fact. Doesn't matter what consciousness you're of, whether it's black consciousness, white supremacy, Islam, Christian, Zarathustrianism, Buddhism, Hinduism. No matter what country you're born in, what school you went to, what royal bloodline you're from, everybody is going to be on an equal playing field. Some of the people that you despise the most may just be in a higher position than you when you transition. How will you deal with that? When you transition and you realize that the God that you professed and your ancestors professed was not true God, has no authority, who will be judged just like you, how will you deal with that? When you put yourself above so many people and come to realize that maybe in your transition you were below them, how will you deal with that? This is why we have to humble ourselves. Nobody's perfect. Not even your knowledge and your whatever your research or dug up is perfect. Yeah, man. So you have to deal with vibes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to build schools, they want to do this, they want to do that. Yeah, you have to start somewhere. There's no one thing. But all this talking has been going on for years. A man may say, okay, then what are you doing? What can I do? You have a lot of clowns out there. You can't work with nobody. A lot of them themselves, they can't work with nobody either. But they do the little on their own and act as if it's popping like that, and it's not really popping because they can't integrate and network the right way. A lot of them, they're just mouthpieces. They, just like you, they know what we're supposed to do. And for it to get done, you have to somehow think like them or believe exactly what they believe, and that's why nothing gets done. You know what I'm saying? They try to make it seem like the root is our skin color or our origins, and that is not good enough. Are you from Africa before you're from the Creator? Are you from this planet before you're from the Creator? That means you guys believe in the Big Bang. You guys don't believe that this thing, perfect condition, was created for us. And we are created by a Creator because of how things function. It is sad. Pay homage. You don't have to pay homage by kissing nobody's feet or bowing down. You can pay homage by doing good works. That's how you can worship, by doing good works unto others. Be truthful and honest. Seeing? How much minutes? 16, 25, 26, 27. Maybe that's enough. And if man go on sitting and listen to these kind of vibes for too long. But anyway, all these YouTubes out there, so on, don't make them fool you, man. The Creator is real. Humble yourself. And it's not just about you. And you're not just the greatest. We can say that when we're playing around, but in actuality, we are servants. We're here to serve and protect. And that is what we are. Students. You didn't know students can teach? Students can teach, yes. Stop throwing around these words like master teacher. They have a lot of masters in a single thing. But can they master 11, 12, 9, 10 things? Huh? Can they master even working with someone they don't fully agree with? So how can they be master? You all need to wake up. You all are so woke, but you all are still not awake. Every breath of life is the future. Precise increments to show how slow growth can be. The sum of all man's knowledge is to know Jah. So, hail Jah. Better yet, hail the actual.